Here's a problem I stole from like a nursing website someplace. Um, and it says, calculate the IV flow rate GTTS. Now, you're going to run into some of these applications where you're not even going to know what the units mean. And technically, you really don't care as long as, your answer has that same type of unit in there. I had to look up what GTTS represents, and basically it represents drops or drips. So when you're looking at those IV things, they have the coil come down and then this little box, and inside the box is little drips, and then it flows into the body. So this would be drips per milliliter. How many drips does it take to make up 1 milliliter? So GTTS per milliliter. So this one up here would be drops per minute. And we have to take all this information and shove it into one answer. So basically we have the IV flow rate per minute, and we want to infuse 1200 cc's of normal saline, and it's going to be infused over a 6-hour time period. So the infusion is set. The infusion set is calibrated for a drop rate or a drop factor of 15 GTTS per milliliter, gets per milliliter, I guess. All right, so to bring this all together, the nice thing about this is we know what our answer has to be. It has to be in this GTTS per minute. All right, and we need to put in our cc's, or remember, cc's is the same thing as milliliter, of the solution over a 6-hour time period. All right, so let's start off with 1200 milliliters, cc's, and we want it over a period of 6 hours, per 6 hours. So all we need to do is, to get it in GTTS per minute, we just have to keep the GTTS and change our hours into minutes. Now, the drop rate, or the drop factor, is this 15 GTS per milliliter. So if we put that in here, 15 GTTS per milliliter, that goes in the bottom, that would be what we have to multiply by. And notice what happens. The milliliters are going to cancel, and you're left with this weird unit over hours. So the conversion that needs to be done is to get rid of hours and change it into this minutes up here, since it already has the gets stuff. So let's multiply this by, let's see, hours is in the bottom here, so hours in the top, and we want to change it into minutes. And there are 60 minutes for every single hour. And let's see what cancels. So here the milliliters are going to cancel, and the hours are going to cancel. One here and one on top over there. So that leaves us the GTTS per minute, because minutes in the bottom. So let's just do the numerical calculation. So that would be 1200 times 15 divided by 6. Make sure you hit equals, because if you do 2 divisions in a row, some calculators treat it differently. And then turn around and divide that by 60. So this turns out to be 50 at the very end here. So this would be 50, and the units that are left are the GTTS and the minutes in the bottom, so per minute. So this is what you would have to set the IV flow rate for to get this amount of medicine into a person over 6 hours. Kind of cool if you think about it.